Before the next duel, guys, I apologize. I just came to clear up something real quick. No pun intended. Going back to the coward debuff situation, I just fucked up on the communication there. They were willing to help us. I owe Lepin a big lunch. And again, super sorry about that, guys. We're trying our best. This thing is crazy to manage, but we're doing the best job we can. So
yeah, I mean, no, thanks for clarifying for that for us, Tips. I mean, that was obviously this thing and production, the admins, everybody behind the scenes has done an unbelievable job, and hearts in the chat for Blizzard too. Being willing to fix that. I know there's a lot of things people say. I mean, I saw it in chat a little bit too, where people are like, oh well, typical Blizzard, typical this, typical that, but. It's cool to see Blizzard has been so welcoming of community events and letting us run a community event like this, especially something with such a big prize pool and so many eyes on it. Like, this is a massive deal, right? And Blizzard has hit. You know what, chat? You know what? You guys are right. Historically, Blizzard might have not allowed this stuff, but it's cool to see that over the last couple of years, and especially more recently, Blizzard has really been. They've really embraced the community, and they've embraced these kinds of events and stuff. So we just hope to see that them continue to do it in the future. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely, and thank you to Tips in the back end, man. Things happen, but you guys are crushing it, man. This is so fun. I'm excited to jump in all these games, so it happens. It's all good.
Yeah,
you guys are killing it. Thank you guys so much for supporting this event. The casters are killing it. Everyone's killing it. The duelers are amazing. I'll go back to doing a shitty job. See you guys later.
Keep crushing it, bro.
You know what you're not doing a shitty job at, Tips, is actually being an owner of OTK and an owner of Starforge Systems. Yes, StarforgeSystems.com sponsoring this event as well. So if you guys want to check out Starforge Systems mods, if you can spam that link, they have the new custom cases and plate lights. They are phenomenal. Now might be the time to check out a new PC, StarforgeSystems.com.
It's definitely the time, and it's also time to hop back into Sony versus Zero, Hunter versus Warriors. This is another big matchup, and we're underway. Starts off with the scatter trap and the offhand here to break the CC. Skull of Impending Doom being used from Sony. Looks like a little chicken being used, and the intercept lands. Now, this is big because if Sony advances, he's going to be fighting a Warlock. If Zero advances, he's going to be fighting the Warlock. It's very dependent on the winner here for the next matchup for Madnox. Now, Sony gets CC'd and he's trinketing out. One of the reoccurring themes we've seen in this tournament is Warriors being so tanky, and Hunter's doing a great job against them, but not being able to finish it and seal the deal. And that's kind of what Mages have been struggling against Warriors. Hunters have been struggling against Warriors. Warriors just are so tanky. Like, look at this. So Sony's barely touched Zero. Sony is full life. Zero is 50%. This is the situation as a Hunter. It's like, okay, my pet's dead, almost. The Warrior's on top of me. Warrior is full life. The Resto Pot might... Oh, Sony pre-Resto Potted this. If the trap goes out, it's going to be dispelled. Sony's all over Zero. T's already been used. Zerker stance coming out. Sony might be able to get that intercept off to Zero. And if not, Sony's in a great spot anyway. Intercept lands. Sony looking like a professional here today.
Sony is teeing off on Zeroji right now, and Zeroji is no slouch. I mean, this guy has been on fire all tournament, and just like that, Sony pops the hell off on Zeroji, who has been putting on a clinic all tournament long. Wow, unbelievable performance by Sony, unbelievable performance by Zeroji in this tournament so far. This has been absolutely incredible job by Sony in this duel, and wow, that ended quick.
Just for context, Zero, guys, finished very high on the Hunter bracket yesterday. Into today, his first matchup was a Warrior. Zero took out the Warrior, no problem. Next, Zero took out Peo as another melee player. No problem. Next, Zero, is going into Sony. And from Zero's perspective, it's like, oh, another warrior. Business as usual. Let me kill another melee player. And Sony has a whole different game plan. Zero just wasn't ready for it. Sony took him out. I mean, it wasn't even close. Next up, we have the Druid Mirror. But before, or in the next round, we're going to have Sony against Madnox. And once again, if I was Madnox, I'd be like, damn it. I have to fight Sony, man.
That's a tough one, man.
It's a tough one. It's a very, very tough one. In that next matchup, we have the Druid Mirror. I am going to go take a quick restroom break. As fun. So I will drop it to you. I'll be right back.
Go right ahead. Yeah, man. To see Sony perform as well as he has, and to see Warriors perform as well as they have all tournament has been absolutely unbelievable. And we've got a Druid Mirror here. Gordon going with what I believe is like a Feral Resto hybrid versus Moonfire Beams, Moonfire Spam build, the Balance hybrid build. So I really wish we had Soda here for this one because he knows this better than anybody. But we'll be watching this right here. So Gordon is in stealth, waiting for Moonfire Beam to see what they're doing. Moonfire is just sitting in bear form, just chilling. I wonder what the strat is going to be here. Seeing two, it is a mirror, but it's a mirror with two different builds. Gordon opening up with a pounce, the Fairy Fire into the bear form. Moonfire coming out with a War Stomp into a Hibernate. Gordon shifts out, and whenever he shifts out, he avoids the Hibernate. But of course, he does burn mana. Doing so, he gets slept. Moonfire coming out and hitting a regrowth, trying to heal up, keep his health high, and he has the Bear Off Peasant Collar out, and he's casting a Starfire, trying to kill the pet. It looks like, or no, excuse me, he's engaging on Gordon here. Gordon uses his Tidal Charm, gets back to him, and you are not going to be able to kite. Really, Moonfire's strength here is going to be the ability to kite in most duels, whereas now when you're facing another Druid, they're going to be stuck on top of each other constantly. So Moonfire doesn't have the same ability to be able to get at range, get a range advantage against Gordon, and Gordon being a deeper Feral hybrid build with the Resto, I think is going to have an advantage here. Moonfire is starting to separate a little bit, but it's not going to be quite enough. Moonfire's mana is looking low. He's under 40% already. It looks like he popped a mana potion and was able to get his mana back up. Gordon's mana we'll see whenever he switches out of form. And Moonfire sitting in bear form. He has the bleeds ticking on him. He has the bleed damage ticking through from cat form, which is going to cut directly through his armor whenever Moonfire goes into bear form, and he is just ticking him away with dots, keeping that Fairy Fire up for his physical damage, hitting the Moonfires whenever he can, just constantly ticking away at his health, getting the big bash, getting into the Arcane Bomb. Stunning into the Arcane Bomb is going to allow him to hit it. It's very hard to hit an Arcane Bomb on a Druid, and Moonfire is low. He is currently at 22% with a Rocket Helm, and Gordon is ready to tee off on him. He's probably going to go for a Re-Stealth Pounce out of form. Let's see what happens here. Is he able to finish? Boom, there it is. Great job by Gordon Ramsay. Great job by Gordon Ramsay. Just like we suspected, he was going to have the advantage in that duel against Moonfire's Balance hybrid build, not being able to take advantage of his ability to kite, which he normally can against the other classes. However, not in this case against Gordon Ramsay's Feral Druid build.
Oh my gosh, it's already over? I was expecting the Druid Mirror to go forever.
Well, I think it would have if they were the same spec.
Okay.
Because Gordon was playing that Feral build, so that so he wasn't able to get away. Moonfire wasn't able to get away.
Wow. So Gordon just slayed it. So Gordon's moving on. That's pretty important for the bracket as well. Seeing a Druid up there is great because with a lot of different warriors and warlocks and stuff. I'm curious how Gordon's going to do against a super great warlock or something like that. But it's good to see his name so high. We have Hydra versus Jay up next. Hydra got that win against Lapon with the unfortunate circumstance, but Hydra gets to kind of prove himself against another warrior here, Jay, up in a second, seeing if he can have that same type of strategy with no debuffs or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And the winner of this duel will face Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, and that'll be another great matchup. If I'm Gordon, I could either fight a priest or I could fight a warrior. I don't even know. Both of those seem hard from the druid pov, but man, warriors have just been doing so well in the tournament. I don't know if I'd want to fight a warrior, especially as feral, like going head to head with that warrior as the feral. So maybe I'm actually rooting for Hydra here. Dual flag has been dropped. Competitors 10 yards from the flag, as per the rules. Gonna get it started here shortly. Looks like Jay has 57 rage. Probably wants to start any second, and there he goes. Improved hamstring right away. Arcane Bomb lands. I love the opener. We have the Shadow Reflector pop and the Enrage for the Fear. So the Fear breaks instantly. Hydra just turtling and shielding himself and waiting for the next Fear to give himself a relief from the unrelenting damage of Jay.
Yeah, I think with Jay, a lot of what we see with Warriors is similar with, with Warriors to Warlocks is a little bit similar to Warriors with Shadow Priest. Being able to avoid those fears, that Psychic Scream, is going to be a pretty big deal. But these Blackout procs are brutal, man. The Blackout procs stacking up against Jay, allowing him to get so much, allowing Hydra to get so much distance. Jay closing the gap, getting in there, charging in there, and being able to stick to him as much as possible. Hydra is just spamming dispels, trying to make sure Jay has as few buffs as possible. He gets his Mind Flay pummeled, Shadow locked, and he will be able to fear again very, very soon. Very shortly, he will be able to fear again.
I think Jay is playing undead despite looking like a human currently. There's the tuber. The kick looks like it either missed or actually missed, and then Jay's at 15% life already. Wow, Hydra is just mind flaying him down. Is that gonna be it? Oh my gosh, Hydra came to play. Look at that. He's just killing him in the opener. I was expecting
insane.
A lot different duel than that. Hydra, I mean, I was going to say earn my respect. Hydra, you already had my respect, but now he's the Warrior Slayer, taking them all out. Hydra is going to be making it to the next round. Congratulations. That was a masterclass of a Shadow Priest. It didn't even look close. Hydra was like, you know what? I'll just pretend I'm PvEing here and Mind Flay the Warrior down. They got, the casters say Warriors are raid bosses. Well, I'll treat them like a raid boss and min-max my PvE damage. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, the fact that he just stood in there the entire time and just was spamming Mind Flay, and it was a DPS race, and he was not able to. Jay was not able to out DPS him straight up. I mean, that was insane. No need to kite, no need to do nothing.
It's not what you would really expect, right? Like, you would expect, okay, if a priest is going to stand still against a warrior, the warrior's going to rip right through the priest, and Jay had trouble building rage, and Jay had trouble connecting damage. I think the pummel, did it just miss? I don't know if it missed or if it, missed, right? Like, and it didn't land, and Hydra just trained him down. It was crazy. The Shadow Priest have that Shadow form, which is physical damage reduction, I believe 20%, and just tanked the damage and killed him. Next up, Big Sad versus Infestors. Both of these players had a great showing today. We've seen Warlocks just do really well in general. Shaman's going to him pretty fast. If we can get an inspect on Big Sad, it'd be great to see the talents and the gear. Looks like that two-hander is equipped. We have that Shadow Reflector on. The Glimmering Mithril Insignia for the Fear immunity for 30 seconds. We have big 5-set or 6-set pieces gear on. We have the 100 HP Librum. That Mithril Insignia from the Blacksmithing makes all the difference. As Fear immunity for 30 seconds into a Warlock, I mean, that's the item you want if you're Big Sad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that thing is so strong. I mean, I've had it myself whenever I was playing Classic, and when I was playing Vanilla, and it's just such a powerful tool.
We have the Goblin Rocket Helm charge right off the bat from Infestor, killing all of the totems, building some distance as well. Looks like the Warlock will probably want to swap the helm. So drop combat, swap off that helm now that it's on cooldown. No reason to keep it on. So right there, he probably swapped. We get the Fear casted with the Curse of Tongues. Fear might have resisted. Curse of Tongues lands. Not what you want to see. You have the Tidal Charm connecting from Infestor into the full Fear. This one doesn't resist. 19-second CC from the Warlock. Of course, the damage and the heartbeat will make it break a little sooner. Drain mana's coming out. Looks like Infestor sticking to the strategy of burning the mana of the Shaman and trying not to die in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, the Big Sad, as you can see, is trying to stick to him as much as possible. Trying to stick as close to him as possible, not only for... he's an enhanced shaman, so he's trying to come in, trying to get that big win free procs on him, trying to do the big burst damage that enhanced shamans try and do. and really just keeping on him. He fakes the Earth Shock, able to get the fear out right here.
Nice coil into the CC combo. Juan's coming down to kill the totems. Another arcane bomb drops. Does it land? It looks like evasion from Big Sad on the bomb, which is great. Another arcane bomb, though, onto the Warlock. This one lands. That's a 5-second silence. That kind of turns the tides. Hellstone to top him off a little bit there. Life taps will surely have to come out. Big chain lightning from Big Sad. Infestor popping the, was that Noggenfogger Elixir? Urshot coming in. Big Sad looking to close it off. Infestor's pet is dead. He fell Dom summons another one. Almost expected a Voidwalker for the shield to come out because Infestor is so low. There's another life tap. Almost no mana to work with. Big Sad and hot pursuit. Infestor's gonna fall. It looks like he's gonna fall. That's a flask. Puts him back to 17% life. 3 flasks allowed per day. Infestor gets Earth Shocked. He fakes the cast. Re-fears. Big Sad's not happy with that. Fear breaks early. Infestor on the run. Curse of Agony ticking down Big Sad. I mean, it is close. Frost Shock lands. Big Sad closed the gap. A couple more auto swings could finish it off. Infestor at 2% off to the life tap. Are you kidding me? Another fear. Oh my gosh, Infestor's 1%. I can't believe he went for the life tap there. Infestor, you gotta run, bro.
I don't know how he's alive right now, man.
This is nuts. If Infestor takes any damage at all, he's dead. The pet is running after the Shaman. Shaman mana pots back up instead of the health pot, which is also another crazy play. The Chain Lightning being casted, decides to Frost Shock. That's gonna be it.
No!
Magic Dust! Magic Dust!
Oh, it breaks!
Casted the fear! He should have casted the fear! Is that a tremor? He tremored the Magic Dust as fan! He tremored it!
Dude, that's amazing, dude. The Tremor Totem breaking the Magic Dust. Huge, man.
He pre-tremored.
Unbelievable play by Big Sad. Unbelievable, dude. Holy hell, dude.
Bro.
Big Sad taking out Infestor, one of the top Warlocks in the tournament. Wow.
Bro, that Magic Dust is an instant cast ability. Just for context for everyone in the chat. It's not like the Warlock was casting a fear and you threw down a Tremor. That's not what happened. Magic Dust is an instant ability. You get it from the elementals in Westfall, all right? It's a 20-second sleep. The sleep can break to the Tremor pulses. The Shaman had the foresight of, this Magic Dust could come. If I get CC'd, the Warlock can reset. Let me throw down the Tremor on the instant cast. It's similar to like Deathing a Blind. Really well played from the Shaman there. Definitely deserves to advance to the next round. We do see a Warlock indeed fallen. Oh my gosh. Dude, we have Snuts versus J-Law next. This might be the biggest match of the day. This could spell out...
This could change the outcome of the entire tournament. This is, I believe, is this the first Warrior that Snuts has fought?
No, second, I think. But
second Warrior. But it's the first today, and J-Law is a top flight warrior. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a matchup. Snuts, one of the greats. J-Law, one of the great warriors. I mean, this is the one to watch, man. You do not want to miss this duel right here.
So I know Zico's tuning in right now. You know why? Because if J-Law wins, Zico has a great shot at winning this whole thing. If Snuts wins, Zico has to fight Snuts, eventually, probably. And the whole tournament hinges on this match. If the Warrior takes out Snuts, here it is. Dual flags dropped. I can't wait. Snuts trading the opener. The pet is out so we can sack the pet for the shield. No Fell Hunter here. Okay, we have the charge being expended from J-Law and the helm being expended from Snuts. Snuts dropping combat, swapping helms, keeping J-Law in combat. Charge with the Fab Death Coil coming out to respond. Beautifully played and responded to from Snuts here. If that Death Coil didn't come out, J-Law is going to start shredding through Snuts' life. Now Snuts, brilliant positioning, staying far, making sure J-Law cannot connect for even a second, because if he does, Snuts is going to get ripped with that J-Law damage.
Dude, this is, dude, he was so far out of range, we lost sight of him. Literally, he's farther than draw distance right now. So he's mounting up, he's going to get back in on this. And he's probably going to get in combat. I would expect him to get in combat before he's able to charge. But he may have to go with an intercept, which is exactly what we see. Intercept into a hamstring, and he pops Wreck. He pops Wreck right onto him, so he's trying to tee off on him right now, gets title charmed. Snuts trying to keep his distance as much as possible, continue to keep his health up. He does sack the pet and he casts another one. There's a lot of absorb coming up, and does not sack the pet yet. but he continues. There it is. Okay, he did sack the pet. My bad. There it is. He did sack the pet right there, and then he is absorbing, not allowing J-Law to generate any rage. Not allowing J-Law to generate any rage while J-Law is trying to tee off on Snuts. Pops Berserker Rage, stops the fear, hamstring, continuing to stick to him as much as possible. This is one of the biggest duels of the entire tourney. J-Law with an AGM, Grandmaster Trinket, being able to go with some absorbs, we'll add some absorb to him, gets feared away, wills, intercepts back, sticking to him. There is just an onslaught from J-Law, and Snuts is standing tall, hardly taking any damage, avoiding everything he possibly can, dropping the sleep and disengaging.
Snuts used the first tee of the tournament. He used 0 tees yesterday to go 5-0. The first one expanded out of 3. Snuts would only pull the tee out if he felt like he needed to. So J-Law is a really big opponent here for Snuts. There's the magic dust from Snuts to reset, and the magic dust from J-Law. Will of Forsaken immediately. Another death coil coming in. J-Law getting low. If Snuts takes him out, that could be GG. We have another pet sacrifice. A full fear from J-Law. J-Law's looking like he might fall. Another health potion used. He's back up to 30%. There's the drain life coming out. J-Law is so scared. Another fate coming out from Snuts. Well played. There's the mortal strike. Drain life taking Snuts down. The Mithril Dragon Link's not going to be enough. J-Law falls and Snuts advances. That's amazing, man.
Wow, what a duel. What a duel. Dude, Snuts, to be able to stand strong and just be getting absolutely railed by J-Law and not even skipping a beat.
Bro, speaking of beat, like, what's my beats per minute right now? I'm freaking out over here. We need to talk to Zico. We need to get Zico in here and see how he's feeling.
I think we should. I think absolutely we should. Let me see if let me get out on the field there. Let me have a word with him.
Perfect. That last game, man. My breath. I'm like freaking out over there, man. We have a live interview out on the field. Looks like Esfon. Oh, he's actually going to go and talk to the competitors.
Yes, hello. I'm out here on the field right now. Can you guys hear me? Zarya, can you hear me?
Yo.
I can hear you.
Oh, hey, we're here. How's it going, Zico?
Hello. It's going well. That's fun. Wait, let me walk up to you there. I'm being a little bit shy here.
Oh yeah, please. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, Zico. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. You know, we've had a great run so far. Had a couple of tough games, but overall it's been pretty smooth sailing. I'm gonna be fighting off against Bean. You know, the man does have 100% lose rate against me in tournaments, but
this is hilarious.
Today,
Look at
the
the green screen.
Wow. No,
So funny.
Now, if when this tournament started, if we were to tell you who do you expect to face in the tournament, is it Bean or Mez at Hunter? Who would you have said?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I think Bean has a little bit more classic experience, but Mez, he's been putting in the work too. I think I would have to go with Bean though. Yeah, he's just a little bit better, I would say, because of that experience.
So how are you afraid of this matchup coming up at all? Do you think Bean has an opportunity to take you out?
I mean, you can never count out Bean, but I feel like yeah. You know, statistically speaking, it's not looking too good for him.
Okay. Well, how about we talk to Bean right here? Bean.
Yeah.
Go ahead and come on over here. Bean, don't be shy.
Oh, he's muted.
Bean, get your ass over here.
I'll do my buffs. I can't. Can I be Sony?
Do your buffs, okay?
My buff, dude. There's no more like.
This guy right here, dude, Zico just talks so much shit about you, dude.
Yeah. Listen, Zico, we've never had fucking pots, buddy. All right, like just wait, bucko.
Oh.
Yeah, you fucking little mage ass with 2 fucking blocks, can't be CC'd ass, like motherfucking ass. Sorry.
Zico, you should have heard what Bean said about you before the tournament privately to me.
Oh,
my
what
God.
did he say?
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my God. That, you know, Bean, he talks a lot, but at the end of the day, he had the easiest bracket out of anyone here. So.
Oh, dude, no fucking
Snuts.
warlocks in your bracket, motherfucking. I guess you're my bracket. Anyway, true. We love our bracket.
Yeah, we do love the bracket.
Hey, don't be mean to the bracket. Sometimes you get lucky with the brackets. Don't be mean. You can be mean to the bracket another time, but today's Zico, I don't think you can be mean to the bracket because that bracket is doing, not that you need it, but it's doing you some favors, isn't it?
It has been doing me some favors thus far, but like, you know, it could be better, right? It could be worse as well. Like, you know, my bracket's been good, but has it been Snuts level good? You know, getting a bye in round 1, fighting greens. Like, I don't know, dude. I had a decent bracket.
You heard it here first, folks. Zico's words exactly. Snuts does not deserve to be in this round. That's exactly what I just heard him say. That's word for word what he said. So we'll see if he gets a chance to back it up later. And you guys are about to face off right now. So. Or here soon, excuse me. Soon, you guys are. Is it right now or soon? Zarya, can you hear me in the studio?
I can hear you, S-Fan. It looks like we do have a Zico versus Bean matchup coming up next. This is going to be a big one. Bean's pretty confident. So is Zico. We'll see how it unfolds.
All right. Well, back to you, Zarya. We'll see these guys on the battlefield.
Good luck to Bean. Good luck to Zico. Thanks for that interview. That was great. Mage versus Hunter is going to be a good one. You know, it's going to be one of those duels where the Hunter is looking to escape and the Mage is crowding the plate. And what's so cool about this duel specifically is Mage is always the class that runs away. Mage is always the class that turtles it out. And in this matchup, it's the opposite. Mages are running in and the Hunter's the one running away. And we have the Mage playing very aggressively. How's it out on the field, S-Fan? Is that crazy out there or what?
Oh man, it was crazy in there, man. The
lot of blood
flush, and it was a whole thing, man.
Is there a lot of blood out on the battlefield?
No, there was a lot of blood, let me tell you.
Oh, man.
It was brutal. I did not wash my hands either.
All right, we have Zico versus Bean coming up. What a great matchup. And, man, it was great to get that interview and hear their thoughts beforehand. Both players very confident going into this. Bean has lost to Zico in the past, in other dueling tournaments, it sounds like. But in the past, there's been rules. In this tournament, there's pretty much no rules. It's a makgora tournament, so anything will go. And Bean thinks that's his advantage. Bean's going to have free action potions. Bean's going to have flasks and other items that he normally wouldn't have access to. And Zico, looking for that same game plan. I can't wait for this duel because in a minute or two from now, one of these players is going to be dead on the ground.
Yeah, it's crazy. 300 hours of playtime going to these characters, roughly 300 hours each, and it's all gonna end right here.
There it is, full sheep to start things off. Well played from Zico. Pops the detect magic, trying to find the pet in stealth. If he can find the pet in stealth, he was going to kill the pet. He couldn't find it, so he's just going to open up on Bean without the pet. There's going to be a scatter trap in Bean. Looking for the reset. Zico instantly knows to block. Magic Dust from Bean after the block. Magic Dust, Will of Forsaken from Zico. Zico blinks in. There's the Viper Sting ticking. A lot of stuff happening. Magic Dust to reply from Zico. Zico Elixir of Poisons the Viper Sting off. Goes back into range and the nets Bean. Very beautiful exchange from both players. But Bean, though, short end of the stick. Big Frostbolt's coming in. Frostbite RNG going Zico's way. Big Frostbolt. Kona Cold connects. That's big damage. Zico's trying to raise Bean to the finish. This is exactly what he has to do. There's the second scatter trap. Zico is going to have to block this one. Looks like the trap resists. Bean sees it resisted. Uses the helm instead as the backup CC. Incredibly played from both players. Bean probably swapping out that helm. There's the Viper Sting. Zico can't quite get rid of that because he's in the CC. There's the Elixir of Poison resist now. Zico's playing the max range very well. Pushing into Bean, but he's going to have to close the gap. He's going to have to push in somehow, some way. Bean's pet is out in the middle of the field, getting slowed. Bean's pulling it back. Bean's has the chance here to potentially kite Zico out. The blink into the Goblin Rocket Helm to close a 100-yard gap.
What an aggressive play by Zico coming in to CC Bean and try to take out the pet, trying to get the pet out of the picture entirely and make it a one-on-one, mano-y-mano, no pet, fisticuffs. Let's see if he gets this trap off, and he does. Oh, but he has the poison on him.
The poison!
Oh,
Poison
no.
breaking the trap there is huge. If that trap didn't break, I don't know how Zico, I mean, Zico might have had that second ice block. The Magic Dust resist, so a little bit of RNG going both ways. Zico out of mana, popping the major mana pot, going back up to 34%. Bean landing some swings, big Frostbolt connects, but Bean is very tanky. Bean waiting for that 3, 2, 1 for the poison to fall off for this next scatter trap play. Let's see it happen. There's the Kona Cold scatter trap right when the poison falls. Feign death to drop combat. Trap lands. That's the last ice block of Zico. If Bean can make it one more DR, one more scatter trap, Bean will win this. Zico will have nothing left. The Viper Sting comes out, but Zico's There's the full poly and the evocate. That's Zico's last defense. Bean, though, ticking every second for that next scatter trap. Zico has no cooldowns remaining. Bean doesn't look super healthy either, though, but with 34% mana, he can still do another scatter trap here. That scatter trap can land. He can kite Zico out. If he can do that, Bean can actually win this duel.
We'll see if he pulls this off here. Wait until the last second on that Frostbolt. Combo counterspell into a Kona Cold. Gets the scatter off. Sleep. Will. No, he missed the trap. No.
You can't trap. Well, counterspelled. So Zico pre-CS the scatter. That was an MLG play. Rank 1 play there. If he didn't do that, Zico might have lost. Now Bean needs to wait for the next trap. The chicken eating the trap. Zico playing out of his damn mind. This is insane to witness. We have the Frostbite proc. Bean trinketing out. Zico is not letting him escape. There's the Magic Dust once again. Zico getting back in range. This is amazing. Zico once again knows he's in the lead, but doesn't want to blow it. Drinks just for a second for another little bit of mana tick. There's another counter.
No way.
Out of his mind. This is incredible. The trap does go off, though. Bean needs to reset this. He doesn't have much time. He was CC'd. The gnomish cloaking device comes out.
Oh, but
the heartbeat breaks. Zico's insane.
Chicken will not let Bean go.
Oh no, Zico all over him. How is Bean not gonna die here? A Magic Dust half DR comes out. Remember, Magic Dust shares DR with the trap. If that... Oh no, Bean won't be able to get away. I think Zico has done it. 20% life. Another flask has been used. Bean has 16%. And Bean is gonna fall. Another flask, back to 20. But what is Bean gonna do? What is he really gonna do? The Frost Nova comes out into the Kona Cold. Zico is a masterclass mage. Wand after wand. Bean back into the sleep. Zico gonna drink back up. And I don't think there's anything Bean can do to get himself out of this one.
Dude, I just love the respect. Like, he goes and he's like, look, I'm just going to play it slow. I have the dust. Use it. Finish it off. What an amazing duel, man. What an amazing duel. And that could have gone so differently if Bean was able to land that trap off of the counterspell.
Oh,
if he was able to land that
Bean won,
was
I think.
the definitive turning point where it's like, boom, it is done. It is over. Immediately, full tilt. Zico was just driving into Bean, and Bean was just on his back heels, just taking it nonstop. So, I mean, that was a really, really, really good play by Bean up until that point. That's whenever Zico took over, and Zico moves on to the next round. Unbelievable.
I don't think Zico would have won without landing those clutch counterspells. I really don't.
100%.
The counterspell made all the difference. If Zico didn't pre-counterspell not one, but two of the scatter traps in the clutch, he lost. And there was so many mechanical things happening in that duel. Like, it was scatter trap, and then when the scatter trap was ice blocked, it was magic dusted from Bean, but then Will of Forsaken from Zico, and then the rocket helm, and then another CC break. It was just back and forth. It was like seeing the highest level chess match. It was so great.
It was amazing. It was absolutely incredible, man. That was an unbelievable duel. It was great to watch. Huge play by Zico at the end there, and yeah, I mean that's par for the course. That's what we expected out of this bracket. We thought that Zico was going to come out on top. We thought that he had favorable matchups all the way up the ladder, and we're here. So our next match coming up,
we're gonna have an interview coming up. Esfand, get back to the field, bro.
I gotta get out there with my microphone.
We have Sony versus Madnox. This is the next matchup we're gonna see, guys, in the semifinals. We have Warrior versus Warlock up next, and Esfand's going out there to speak with them live in person and kind of collect their thoughts.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Barely, yeah. What's up?
Yeah, barely,
There, I left my microphone on the desk. That's what happened. Hello. Or I mean, in the broadcast truck. That's what happened. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So this is what I heard before. I heard there was a lot of smack talk between you guys. Is this true?
Dude, I tried to like half-heartedly smack talk because I got the vibe he was like a nice guy, and then he just started like complimenting me and just saying all kinds of stuff. Like
Wow.
We're just hanging out, honestly.
Mad Knox would do that. Mad Knox.
Yeah, me too.
How dare you say those terrible things to Sony?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just born that way, I guess.
Wow, man, you can just hear the hate and vitriol in his voice. This is obviously going to be a very, very deep-seated personal match between Sony and Mad Knox. I don't think either of these guys like each other. I don't think either of these guys will ever like each other.
Nope.
It's gonna be
I hate this guy, man.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This guy has been super respectful. He's a really good warlock. We faced off in the qualifiers, and I'm excited to do it again.
Yeah, Sony was my only loss in the qualifiers, and now we're meeting again, so let's see.
Esfon,
You ready, brother?
Ask Mad Knox if he learned anything from watching the duels today.
I'm hearing in the studio, we have a question from the studio. Did you learn anything from watching the duels today, Mad Knox?
Yes and no. I feel like it's really hard to do some of the tactics that other warlocks try to do versus warriors. Snuts is like really good mechanically, so he can pull it off. But yeah, it's hard.
But
it's
you're
hard.
better, right?
Sure.
Wow, significantly better. That's amazing. That's quite the words, Mad Knox.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll see you guys back. We'll see you guys on the battlefield here shortly. We got Mad Knox and Sony coming right up. Zoryu, back to you in the studio.
Great. This is such an exciting matchup to see, right? Once again, it's a big one. Warlock versus Warrior. Sony has played quite a bit of Warlocks. It sounds like these guys did face off in the qualifying rounds, and Sony did win. See if we can see Sony take him out in a similar fashion. I was asking Mad Knox maybe if there was anything he learned, because we have seen this duel go both ways. It does seem very difficult, and it seems like an uphill battle for Mad Knox. I know, Mad Knox, you can still hear me, can't you, buddy? Good luck on your duel, bro.
Thank you, man.
You're still hanging out in here. That's great. Good luck on your duel. In just a second, you can. I don't want to distract you in this upcoming duel, though. If you want to mute me, that'd be maybe advantageous. We have duel flag about to be dropped. Sony's full rage here, and looks like he's ready to go, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, man. Sony's, this is a good matchup for the Warrior. This is the Warlock's worst matchup, actually, from what we've seen so far. And so Sony's coming prepared. Sony, I think he came out of yesterday with a target on the back of the Warlocks. So he said, look, I've got everything down. If I can compete well against the Warlocks, then I'm going to be doing fantastic tomorrow. So let's see it. He opens up with a charge right here. Charge into an arcane bomb. You've got the improved hamstring proc while he's silenced, and he's really getting a chance to tear into him right now. Mad Knox has got those absorb shields up, preventing Sony from building any rage. Getting feared out, getting separated from him. Berserker Rage to stop the fear, and he's going to go and he's going to re-engage on him while he's getting dotted up. You got the Curse of Agony ticking. You have the Corruption ticking, and Sony is wailing on him. Mad Knox goes and he Feldom, so he does a sack Feldom with the Void Walker to get even more of an absorb shield up, and as you can see, Sony is running dry right now. He's hardly generating any rage with those absorb shields running. He finally got through that absorb shield, and we can expect to see Mad Knox go in after that fear. He will probably be using that pet again to get a pet sack. He has almost no mana already, running Drain Lives. I would expect him to sack the pet here soon.
Fear being casted from Mad Knox. Sony not gonna get faked here. Another Zerker Rage coming out preemptively. Arcane Bomb, silence for 5 seconds. Not what Mad Knox wanted. Second sack coming through, as you mentioned, and Sony's gonna have difficulty building Rage. Sony's getting very dangerously low, waiting for those dots to fall off. Maybe he's gonna be able to get a first aid or a bandage tick off here. Mad Knox, though, not happy.
Flask.
Yeah, oh, the Diamond Flask set. That's great. He gets the charge.
Diamond Flask.
Really well played from Sony here. Madnox, that shield's about to follow the life tap coming through because he's close to out of mana. The fake on the pummel from Madnox, very well played. But the Mortal Strike's coming in. It might not matter. He's a couple percent away from getting executed here from Sony. 21% Shadow locked, and that's going to seal the deal.
Huge.
Sony moving to the semifinals.
Huge lockout on the pummel. Pummeled the fear. He faked it and then tried it again. Sony got it right away on the second fear. Huge play. I mean, Sony's on fire right now, man. This is Sony's redemption arc a little bit. Getting to come out and getting to perform. You know, we've talked about it before, but the Warriors have not really gotten to show how good they are. In previous tournaments and previous classic tournaments because of the rule sets and not being able to use really the whole scope of the game. And you know Sony is going to take advantage of every damn inch of it that he can. I mean, he is here. He's here for vengeance. He wants to show that, hey, he's still got it. Okay, this guy's been a gladiator since he was about 12 years old. So he definitely wants to show out and put on. So it's very exciting to see.
Next matchup Sony has is Zico. Mage versus Warrior. I mean, I can't wait to see it. We were talking to Sony yesterday during the interview, and it was potentially going to be a situation where Sony was like, I think I could do it. I would love to see Sony show up against Zico, like a Mage versus Warrior duel. Classically very Mage favored, but that's going to be for later. Right now, we have Gordon versus Hydra, and I do believe we have the pleasure of interviewing them as well beforehand. As fan, if you want to go back to the field and see what they have to say.
Yeah, we do. Let me go have a word with them.
Perfect. I know we're going to have a lot of great questions for them. Hydra, guys, he needs no introduction. One of the most decorated players of all time, absolutely incredible Shadow Priest, and it's just a pleasure to get to watch him play. In Gordon, classic expert, he's done incredibly well in the qualifiers and up in this tournament so far. To you, Esvand.
Yeah, thank you, Zoryu. I'm here with Hydra right now. I'm here with Hydra, and Gordon will be joining us shortly. Hydra, how do you feel about the tournament so far?
Awesome, man. Yeah, my main goal was getting top priest, which we done. So pressure's off a bit. I think we didn't waste our time. Pretty much never play Shadow, so yeah, doing all right.
I'm glad to hear that, man. It's you've never played Shadow. You're performing as well as you thought you could perform. So what made you decide to go Shadow Priest?
I tested all the specs, and Shadow made me the most moist.
Oh, there you go. That's so your moist meter was high.
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear, man. That's usually how I determine what I want to do on any given day about anything. So you're facing Gordon Ramsay. Did you hear what Gordon said like 20 minutes ago about you?
I just hope he doesn't start shagging me mid-duel, man.
Yeah, he might. Gordon, what do you have to say for yourself?
In context of what? What's the context here?
Oh, you said he was a great guy and you can't wait to duel him.
Oh yeah, he's the best, man. Look at him sitting next to me. He is just looking like an absolute. You know, his wallet is looking mighty thick right now too. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, Hydra, can you believe he would say that about you? That is so crazy.
Yeah, no, I'll take it.
I'm not gonna yell at him. Okay, I can't get banned. All right, guys. I'm not gonna pull a Gordon. All right.
Gordon,
we respect our competitors.
I wanna hear this. So did you go with like a Feral Resto hybrid build? What build are you running?
I am deep Feral because every other Druid build is so boring.
There we go.
That's it.
So going for the style over the performance that we've seen from other people. So Soda yesterday said Deep Feral is stupid and nobody should ever play it. But here you are, deep into the Starforge Hardcore makgora finals. So how does that make you feel?
Well, just let me remind Soda that I beat him in a duel to qualify for the first ever CDL as Feral, all right? All right? Soda? No, I'm kidding. I generally think, though, for this tournament format, that Feral just is overall better just because of the ruling for, like, protection potions and whatnot. So it kind of fit my niche already because I main Feral forever, so just wanted to roll with that and prove it wrong, or prove everyone wrong.
Playing to your strengths. So we got two different strategies coming up in this next matchup. Hydra trying a new build for the tournament. He's never played Shadow before. And Gordon Ramsay, on the other hand, playing his tried and true Deep Feral spec, despite other druids maybe saying it's not as good, and winning some mirror matches and stuff too. Really showing up and playing late into the tournament. So we're excited to see what's going to happen next. And back to you, Zaryu, in the studio.
Great. That's perfect. I also just wanted to congratulate Gordon. I believe he is the top ranked druid in the tournament, and to Hydra for being the top ranked priest, which guarantees them each $6,250 of that remaining prize pool, which is pretty awesome to see. We have Warlock still battling out for that top Warlock spot. Madnox and Snuts, of course, still in the tournament. And it looks like Zico is that top mage. Big Sad is that top shaman, and we have a couple other spots that might have some tiebreakers or something like that we still have to see. But for some of these players, that is awesome, man. Especially like Hydra was saying, you know, for a priest, it might just be the goal not to win the tournament, but to come top priest. And Hydra's like, that's what I wanted to do. Maybe Hydra's goal was to never, you know, win the entire thing, but if he could be that top-rated priest, that's why he picked priest, and it looks like he did it. And so congrats to Gordon and to Hydra. And we're gonna see these two behemoths battle it out here in just a second. Gordon with that full, deep, feral spec. Hydra with that Shadow Priest spec, and I think Hydra is being a bit humble. He says he's never played Shadow, but he is such a Priest legend that I know he could pick it up real quick, and Gordon with that familiarity with that Feral spec, it'll be really cool to see how it goes out. Hydra, though, in his last few matchups, slaying these melee players like they are barely a threat. You know, he's so tanky, he's doing so much damage, that if I was Gordon, I might be a little scared here. You know what I mean? I might be a little scared if I was Gordon to face the mind flays of Hydra.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, I took a little bit longer to come back. I was like dragging some sand into here, but yeah, no, we are back. Yeah, no, I think this is going to be really exciting to see. I mean, we're probably going to see more of. So what we saw earlier with that matchup was we saw the Shadow Priest trying really hard to stick to Druids, which was very difficult because the Druids have so much mobility, and that's a weak point for Shadow Priests. So they really got to hope for the Blackout procs. Even if they Mind Flay, they're slowing you a little bit, but they're not. You're not moving while they are moving, and they're moving faster. So that percentage decrease isn't really that strong. Gordon's build is the opposite. Being that deep feral build, he's going to want to engage on Hydra and really fight him toe to toe. And I think what we're going to see here is going to be something probably different than any other Priest Druid matchup that we've seen. And we might see a little bit of what we saw with the last Shadow Priest matchup, where you're just standing there toe to toe and just spamming Mind Flay at some point. Even, who knows? But I don't necessarily think that's going to be what's going to happen. But it could be interesting to see. It'll be a very different matchup.
Yeah, and looking at these brackets, we're really getting there, man. We have the semi-finalists, Zico and Sony, and Gordon and Hydra, and Big Sad and Snuts are going to be battling it out for those final two spots in the semifinals. After that, we see Zico versus Sony. The winner of that will advance to the grand finals, and then from there, we're going to have the winner of Gordon versus Hydra versus the winner versus Snuts and Big Sad also duke it out for the grand final spot. So we're really getting towards the end of today, and some of the best matches we've seen yet are about to happen. Like we said, next up, it's going to be Feral Druid versus Shadow Priest, the top priest versus the top druid in the entire OTK Hardcore makgora tournament here today. And then next up, we have the Warlock versus Shaman matchup, and there are still two Warlocks fighting it out for that top Warlock spot, and some of these other ones we'll have to figure out exactly who's coming out on top. But here we have duelers moving into position here. Just to remind you all, this is a makgora tournament. What makgora means is you're dueling to the death. One of these players will die momentarily here today. Gordon and Hydra have put in hundreds of hours into preparing and leveling these tunes in classic hardcore World of Warcraft, and one of them will fall.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a big duel. This is going to be an exciting one to watch. Very, very, very exciting to watch. And looks like we're getting started right here.
Gordon's opening up on the Hydra. Pounce coming out. Goblin Rocket Helmet from Hydra. I'll probably go with the spam purges here. Make sure Gordon has absolutely zero buffs to help out, his duel here. Hydra after the spam purge. It's going to be a little bit lower mana, but it's definitely worth the trade. A full fear would be likely to come out here in a second. Looks like a Mithril Dragonling and Barov's Trinket. So, and a chicken. A lot of different pets here from Hydra. Blackout proc. It's exactly what Hydra's looking for. Fear's still off of cooldown, and Mind Blast, Mind Flay combo connects. Gordon just taking so much damage, and the Shadow Reflector isn't going to stop as much as Gordon wanted it to.
Wow. Yeah. No. This is exactly what we mentioned we might see. It's really just standing toe to toe. A lot of what we saw against the Warrior matchup for the Shadow Priest, where Hydra is just able to tee off, man.
Oh my gosh, this looks so one-sided. Hydra standing his ground with the Mind Flays, just like he's done to all the Warriors, and Gordon's gonna meet the same fate. It's not gonna be enough. He's 1%. The Shadowward Pain will finish him off. Hydra taking out all of the melee players with a single Mind Flay. Very impressive. Man, if I am any of these players, I'm scared to fight Hydra. I mean, he just stands his ground and just kills them. It looks so one-sided. So well played, man.
Yeah, that was absolutely wild. I mean, we mentioned it. I didn't know if that was exactly what was going to happen, but that was exactly what we saw happen with the Warrior. So, no, that was very, very impressive. I mean, these guys, so Shadow Form actually has massive physical damage reduction. And even though they're a cloth wearer, they have like something like 15% physical damage reduction when they're in Shadow Form. So against any sort of physical class like that, they're just avoiding so much damage. So they're able to stand tall there and be able to take those hits and dish out a hell of a lot of damage. You know, Shadow Priest melt phases in PvP. You know, everybody knows it. Everybody said it for years. Shadow Priest melt phases in PvP, and we just saw it happen there against a very, very good Druid. The winner of $6,250, Gordon Ramsay is. So congrats to him for that. But unfortunately, his character has been slain today.
Next up, we have Big Sad versus Snuts. Snuts has been slaying everyone. He has not lost a single round yet. Same with Zico. Zico has not lost any rounds in the qualifiers. Snuts has not lost any rounds in the qualifiers. And it's going to be Snuts versus Big Sad coming up. Snuts just so well prepared and so well practiced for this. I would love to see what Big Sad has in store for him. I will say, Big Sad just took out Infestors. The Infestor being the last Warlock to be eliminated. So Big Sad does have practice recently for killing Warlocks. So we'll see if he can dish that same fate on over to Snuts. I think we might have Snuts and Big Sad to talk to shortly here as well.
Okay, they're going to be joining us here very, very soon. Yeah, they're going to be joining us very soon. Again, so the guys we had that were undefeated going into today were Snuts, Zico, and Sony. Is that right? Did we have anybody else that was undefeated going into today? I don't believe we did. And
the Shadow Priest, Sots.
Oh, Sot was oh yeah, you're right. He was. Sot was also undefeated going into today. So yes, if you were undefeated going into today, this is a single elimination. So those guys who are still alive are still undefeated. So they have killed a lot of people. They have won a lot of duels. And I mean, like you said earlier in the day, Zoryu, these characters are going to have like a collection of ears whenever this tournament is done.
One player.
Sick. Yeah, one player. Sorry, excuse me. One player is going to have a collection of ears when this thing is done. So yeah, it's very cool to see. Very cool to see.
And one player is going to walk away with this with how many years? Like how many rounds is there? 5 rounds plus the grand final. So one player is going to walk away with 6 years, and we'll see if we can use advanced technologies to talk to these players using some type of radio cell phone instead of going out to the field. If that's all right with you, Esfand.
Yeah, I mean, I can head back out there. So I just cleaned up in here, and I'm gonna go back out on the field, and I'll talk.
Okay. All right, Esfand's going back out on the field. We have Snuts here and Big Sad chatting with Esfand here. Yeah, I'm excited for this next matchup.
Can you guys hear me over there?
Hello. Am I logging in?
No, I know you guys are shy and don't want to be on camera, but no, I'm just waving at you guys from here. We can just talk from a distance.
Sounds good.
How you guys doing? You guys ready for this duel?
Yeah, a little scared.
Oh, no, that's not what I heard earlier. I heard you say, man, Snuts is going to be a joke. I have practice against Warlocks, and Snuts is going to be so easy. Is that true?
Sort of. So I got to level 39 in the tournament, and I died, and I immediately renamed as Big Sad. But I usually go by EMCL, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Nice, very good. Well, look, it's good to see you perform here today. You have some practice against Warlock. Snuts is shaking in his boots. Is that right, Snuts?
100%.
Yeah.
After I saw that last duel against the other Warlock, this is not going to be easy.
Snuts is terrified, and again, I know you guys are hiding off camera right now, and you're shy. So please, if you guys are watching at home in the studio, please, show some respect to our competitors. They don't want to be on camera. They say they want to get in the shade. It's very hot out here in the sun. So, yeah. What are you guys gonna do with your prize money if you guys win?
I'm gonna take Snuts to Vegas.
All right, Snuts, what are you gonna do?
I like the plan of that. I'll take EMCL to Vegas.
Hell
hang out.
yeah.
We'll hang out. We got a deal.
Well, great. So this is a little bit of collusion going on live. So they're taking each other to Vegas. All right. So look, I'm going to let you guys stay in the shade and let you guys relax a little bit before your duel, and we'll go back out to the studio. Zoryu, back to you.
There it is first. No matter who wins this next duel, Snuts versus Big Sad, they're going to Vegas. It's going to be a good time, and Snuts is fighting for that top Warlock spot. I do believe if he makes it, then that means he gets the top Warlock, guaranteed, to meet Zico and Sony in the Grand Finals, and Hydra. Same with Big Sad. I think Big Sad is the top Shaman no matter what, so Big Sad might be able to make it to Vegas all on his own no matter what, win or lose. And Hydra is awaiting the victor of these two. We're going to get started here in just a second. And Warlock versus Shaman, another classic matchup. Players have logged in. Looks like that dual flag's about to be sent down as soon as these players get all buffed up.
Yeah, it should. This should be a great duel. This should be a really good one coming up. It's going to be very exciting. These guys are about to drop that makgora flag. Snuts and Big Sad. A lot is on the line right here. A whole lot is on the line, and they're about to get started here shortly.
Definitely. Snuts looking good. He has that weapon enchant, the Fell Hunter by his side, and look at all the corpses out all around him, man. It's a battlefield of blood. Duel has commenced. Big Sad running towards Snuts. Fear coming out. He's trying to fake cast the Earth Shock, but Big Sad knows better. He's not going to get faked. He does get faked there. As I say that, Full Fear lands. No Tremor totem down. Snuts is very happy with an opener like this. Full Fear, Big Sad 40 yards away, casting that Ghost Wolf to try to close the gap. And one of Snuts' strongest assets is his mindfulness when it comes to positioning. He is always using positioning to his advantage. He's pre-kiting, he's staying max range. That's the difference between a professional or someone that's good or someone that's great. And Snuts knows this. He's making sure that Shaman can never play, never get close to him. He's very careful on where on the map he's positioned. Tidal Charmin and the Full Fear Train mana combo coming out. Big Sad getting feared right through Snuts. Snuts is gonna have to get a re-fear going off. Big Sad landing a Frost Shock and a two-handed swing onto Snuts. It's the first point of damage Big Sad has done here. Second Fear comes out. Looks like it breaks. Might be that elemental trinket. 30-second Fear immunity. The Big Sad zoom. And 50% life.
He's done a great job. I was about to say, Snuts has done a great job of burning Big Sad's mana. So, I mean, he's really just kept him, he's kept him at bay, keeping his mana low. I mean, Snuts has played, his resource management is just impeccable, dude. And Warlocks, more than probably any other class, have the ability to manipulate it. Big Sad is trying to do whatever he can, but he is completely dry. He's low on health. He's getting slept. And Snuts dropping the dots on him, sending the Fell Hunter. He knows there's no chance.
Chain Lightning.
Big Sad just trying the Chain Lightning as he goes down, and it's just not enough. And Snuts is the victor. Big Sad tries his best, but he is unable to sustain and survive the onslaught of the mana drains, burning his mana down all the way and then taking him out. So great job by Snuts. Great job by Big Sad. EMCL is what he normally goes by, but he named his character Big Sad for the tournament because he died.
A lot of big things just happened there. Snuts secured himself in the semifinals. It's top 4 time. It's really exciting. And not only that, but Snuts secured himself $6,250 by being the top rated Warlock in today's tournament. As we take a look at the brackets, Madnox did not make it to the semis. Madnox is that second place Warlock. Now, if I'm Madnox, I want Snuts to win. right? Because if Snuts wins, Madnox will be the top lock and get paid 62.50, and Snuts will take the 50. So Madnox is hoping Snuts wins right now for big payday. But in the semifinals, we have Hydra versus Snuts. We have Zico versus Sony, and the winner of each is going to be placed in that grand final spot for the grand prize of $50,000.
Now, one thing I want to confirm here, maybe one of the admins can help us out with this. But I'm pretty sure Big Sad was the top shaman in the tournament now at this point. So Big Sad does get the 6250, or can I get a
big?
That is true. Okay, yeah. So Big Sad goes home with 6250 at this point, which is a to be honest, that's a big payout. You end up being the top of your class in this tournament. You're getting a massive payout. I mean, $6,200 is huge. So the first place is just unbelievable. It's $50,000, but even first place, even top of your class gets $6,250. So yeah.
And next up, we have Zico versus Sony, and we're gonna chat with them first, and then after we chat with them, we're gonna get to see that matchup. Zico versus Sony coming up soon, and Mage has traditionally favored in the Warrior, but there's a lot of different things happening here. One, it's not any Warrior. It's Sony, the top Warrior of this tournament. So no matter what, Sony's getting that 6250. Once again, for that second place Warrior, you're hoping Sony wins, right? For that payday. And Sony has all the potions and all the buffs in the world. So like Sony is as prepared as he can be, but so is Zico. And we've seen mages be taken out from Warriors today. We've seen Warriors take out Hunters today for the sole reason of Warriors being so tanky. We'll see if Zico can handle the tankiness of Sony, or if Sony will be able to surprise us all and take out Zico in that Warrior versus Mage. Very difficult matchup.
Yeah, huge. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're getting a water break. Players are taking a quick water break. So we're going to take a quick break too, and that is going to be to tell you guys about OTKnetwork.com merch. If you guys want new merch is available. Here, I'm going to show you guys this. I don't even know. What the heck? I don't even know if these are still in stock, right? I don't even know. I don't even know if these are still in stock, but this hoodie is sick. We got all kinds of new merch. OTKnetwork.com. If you guys want to get a nice cozy hoodie, a nice cozy crew neck, it's starting to get cold out there. So look at that. Beautiful, nice color, great quality. Very, very nice hoodie. OTKnetwork.com. New merch is available now. Show us the feet. No, you get that on the green screen. Next, we also have the OTK Video Game Awards, OTKVGA.com. Make your nominations now. We're doing a community video game awards event, a big VGA, OTKVGA.com, and it's going to be on Soda Poppin's channel. So there's going to be 4 big categories: general, indie, genre, and then best of the best. And then within those big categories, we have a ton of different categories: best mobile, best narrative, most addictive, game of the year, everything. So we want the nominations to come from the community. And apparently those nominations end tonight at midnight. Yeah, those nominations end tonight at midnight. So if you guys want to make your nominations, make sure to do those now. And again, huge shout out to our title sponsor, StarForgeSystems.com. So if you guys want a new PC, check out StarForgeSystems.com. There's a Halloween sale going on right now as well. And there's new custom cases, custom plate lights. You can get plate lights just for your own PC at home right now. That Lee & Lee case right there, you can see the new plate lights. You can get acrylics and stuff for that you can fit in. They look absolutely amazing. And you know what else is going to be amazing is having us go out on the field and have a word with Zico right now.
Dick, bro. Sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Zico, how do you feel?
I'm feeling good, feeling a little nervous. Yeah, it feels good, man, to be in the semis for sure.
So how do you feel? Did you wake up today thinking that you were going to be here?
I thought it was a kind of a low percentage chance that I would have the run that I've had so far. A lot of it, depending on the bracket and just how I perform on the day. And so far, I feel like I've been lucky with the bracket for sure.
So really, you came out against all odds, and you've been able to compete and doing incredibly well here today. Even in this horrible hot sand. I mean, it is hot out here. How have you been handling the heat?
Well, my parents are from Egypt, so I got that Egyptian blood in me. So the heat, it's not a problem. It's more about the cold. So I'm glad you guys picked this location. It actually gives me kind of a bit of an edge, I think, over the other competitors.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm the same way. That's why I'm dipping my toes in the sand here a little bit, kind of getting deep in here because it's just so comfortable. And yeah, you're gonna be facing against Sony, and Sony's around here somewhere. Sony is coming in soon.
Yo,
oh, there he is.
Yo, Sony.
Sony, how do you feel about facing Zico right here?
Honestly, I'm chilling. I'm like just zen. It's been so many huge matches and such a long tournament that I'm just like, I'm excited to play. I'm excited for this exchange of, it's like just this exchange in this battle in this moment, because like we have. I'm not on any drugs, by the way. I'm just vibing, bitch. Like, no, it's just like, it's really cool. Like, I was thinking about it. I like went into my backyard and put my bare feet in the grass and took a piss. And I was like, this has been such a cool day. It's like, when are we ever going to have this moment again of like all these consumables, all these big names, makgora battle to the death. And the fact that it's on Classic WoW, the game that I love and grew up with, and like, we're all coming back to it. It's just, I mean, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. It's dope. I'm excited. I'm excited for this fight.
No, absolutely, man. I mean, this is something that like, I mean, we first started talking about doing this event, and when we heard about the hardcore servers being a thing, we're like, dude, we should do this. I mean, Tips obviously, like, Tips was real bullish on it. I mean, he was like the Vince Carter, like he's trying to come back. He's like, man, I'm getting the itch to do like a CDL type thing again. I'm like, dude, I'm down, but I want it to be an event where it's just no holds barred. I said no rules at all at first. I was like, no rules. But then as we kind of started thinking about it and planning it some more, it's like, okay, well, we got to do a little thing here, a little thing there. And I think this has probably ended up being really the best dueling tournament that we've done in Classic WoW. And
100%.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
So, no,
yeah,
I'm glad that you guys are having fun. I'm glad that the viewers hopefully are having fun, and it's been an absolute blast putting this thing on.
Yeah.
Production has been killing it. Everybody's been killing it. Our volunteers, everyone. So
100%. And I hope you guys take pride in the fact that you brought it full circle, right? Like, you guys went off and did your own thing after 2019 Classic. But for Tips, like, we all knew Tips as like the private server guy, right? He was the warrior. He put together CDL. Then you guys popped off with OTK, and then coming it all the way full circle and putting $100,000 up for Classic WoW players out of all games. That's just sick, man. So shout out to you guys. Like this, you guys got some good minds and good hearts. It's dope shit.
I appreciate it, dude. I mean, you remember like back when we were doing like, I mean, you came on Classic Cast with us, on that one episode. And
oh yeah,
it was me, you, Tips, and Stay Safe, and we were talking about Classic Cast, and those were like the good old days. And like the thing is, like, I think if you love Classic WoW, you will always love Classic WoW, regardless of what you're doing now, what you're doing tomorrow. I mean, there's always going to be like, if I have a chance.
Let's take a pause from coding and watch these semifinals up to the finals.
Into the community and to give back and to
I'm going to be eating, so I'll still be mic off.
Like, that's how all of us feel.
But yeah,
it was something really cool to be able to do, and I really do appreciate that. So
yeah.
So did you know what Zico said about you? He was talking mad shit. So this
was he?
Oh, dude, mad shit, dude.
I can't help myself.
Yeah.
No, it's all good, bro.
Oh man, I can't believe the bad blood between these two guys is gonna be unbelievable today. I mean, this duel is gonna be one for the ages. It's Warrior versus Mage. Sony's got something to prove. He's like, look, everybody says Warriors stand no chance against the Mage, but I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy that stands up against the Mages, and not only that, I'm standing up against the Mage to beat the undefeated Zico, and Zico is ready for it. It's going to be amazing. Zora, you back in the studio.
I'm going to kill Zico. I'm going to kill Zico today for all warriors around the world that have been getting kited for 20 years. All right, boys? It's for you guys.
Here we go. Zora, you back in the studio.
Well, guys, you heard it here first. Sony is going to be the first warrior to take out a mage in the history. He's going to be fighting for all warriors and take down Zika. We'll see if that comes true or not. I know Zika was very well prepared for this up-and-coming match, and I myself can't wait for it. Guys, this is the best of the best of the best. One of the best warriors ever to do it. One of the best mages to ever do it. Clash in a head-to-head warrior versus mage, but this time with no rules. You can FAP, free action potion. You can use flasks, consumables. No, hey man, get back here! You can use anything you want, all right? And it's gonna make it into a duel of the century. I can't wait to see this one, because like I said, normally mages have that advantage, but we've seen warriors do very well. Sony has that Tauren increasing its hitbox. Sony has every piece of gear you would want, every enchant you would want, every consumable you'd want, but same with Zico. So these guys are really going to put these two classes to the test and see with no rules who is actually favored in this matchup that has normally been considered a very, very one-sided matchup from the start of time. Oh, and here we go. We have the dual flag going down here shortly. Sony looking good in that tier set. Zico has that human consumable on. Sony has that full rage, so I know he's probably like, come on, let's get the duel started, come on. Zico is prepping up with buffs here, getting fully consumed up. And duel to the death flag about to be dropped any second now. Predictions, Esfand? I mean, obviously normally mage, but predictions into this one.
Dude, I think that if there's anybody that's going to do this matchup right, it's going to be Zico. And I think if there's anybody that's going to do this matchup right, it's going to be Sony.
Yep.
So this is going to be a tough one, man. This is going to be the big show.
And
I was just going to say, I think Zico is going to take this, but man, it'll be great to see Sony win this.
There's the Skull of Impending Doom to break CC right away. Sony popping the trinket. Kona cold to follow. Zico kiting out. Fear comes out. Will of Forsaken to respond. Well played from both ends. Full polymorph does land. Sony was very low. It heals him back up. But Zico knows he needs the distance here. Frostbolt going off. Trinket back to full HP, or full mana rather, 86%. Sony gets that charge on the heartbeat break. That's not what Zico is looking for. Frost Nova comes out. Sony breaking the Nova there. Zerker comes out as well. A little preemptive though, because the magic dust. Sony now has to sit that sleep there from the magic dust. Zico's gonna get some distance from this. Another Frostbolt coming out. Heartbeat break not in Sony's favor this time. Frostbolt lands and a Frostbite connects as well. Zico's happy about that. We have Sony bridging the gap. Zico insta ice block cancel into the Frost Nova. Kona Cold. I think the Kona Cold resisted. It was just a rank 1 though. Zico's fighting for control here. He's not fighting to kill Sony. He's fighting to not die. Rank 1 Frostbolt's coming out. Zico very prepared for this. 5 stacks of Winter's Chill pretty shortly. Fire Blast for a little bit of damage. Big Frostbolt on the Sony here. Sony's on to 75% life. He hasn't really connected quite yet. There's the blink on the intercept. Zico keeping distance. Another Frostbolt coming out. Zico popping the early major mana potion. I love it. Arcane. Let's see if Zico can avoid it.
Oh, it lands!
Very nicely aimed Arcane Bomb there from Sony.
Huge Arcane Bomb. Sony is trying to build some distance back. I mean, he's definitely hurting right now, getting kited. It's something that he's obviously had nightmares about in the past. But Sony does have everything at his disposal to be able to come back on this and to be able to try and finish this thing out. He's trying to get out of combat. He did switch to battle stance. I think he was trying for a charge, but unfortunately he was unable to without getting back into combat again. He does have a detect magic on him, and he is getting that Winter Chill stacked up. The charge gets blinked immediately afterwards, and Sony is feeling it right now. This is a rough one, man. Sony is going to pull out all the stops to be able to follow up against Zico, and he pops the FAP right there, but then Zico does something we've seen him do before. He uses that Rocket Helm to try and wait out the time of the free action potion. The free action potion is going to keep... Oh, heartbeat resist! Big heartbeat resist, so he does still have his FAP. However, Zico follows it up with a sleep right afterwards, and he ends up waiting out the entirety of the free action potion and follows it up almost immediately with a Frostbolt, and Sony is back getting kited once more.
Just perfect timing from Zico. There's a net coming out. This could be the second ice block. Trinket instead and a Renova. Perfectly played there from Zico. He knows the timer on that. It's a combo.
Damn,
There's a
there it
Frost
is,
Nova,
man.
Kona Cold, Cold Snap, second Kona Cold Fire Blast. It all happened so fast we could barely see that. Huge burst from Zico, and Zico secures himself a spot in the grand finals today. What an incredible run from Zico. Well played to Sony as well. I mean, it's a hard matchup one way or another. Well played to Sony. Sony still gets the top warrior, but Zico, not only is he the top mage, but he is the grand finalist, the first grand finalist today. Look at Sony. Guys, these are makgoras. Every player that loses is dead.
Incredible. Look at that, dude. I mean, Sony did a phenomenal job in this tournament, man. He really did, and he deserves all the props. I mean, he was my dark horse pick, you know, not because of it being Sony at all, but it was because he plays warrior, and historically people count warriors out. And he played there right up until the semifinals, getting a chance to compete in the big grand finals, and he does go home with $6,250. He does go home with $6,250, and he deserves all the props in the world for preparing for this thing, coming out hot, and performing big time. Big time.
Yeah, that was awesome to see. So I guess mages do indeed beat warriors. no matter what. No matter what. Oh man, it happens. What a fun duel to spectate as well. But looking at the bracket, next up, Hydra versus Snuts. Oh, man, if you're Hydra, I mean, you've made it to that top priest spot. It's really exciting. Hydra said that was his goal, and he succeeded in his goal. Of course, you never want to stop fighting, and Hydra's up against Snuts next. And Snuts, I mean, historically, Warlocks in this tournament are taking out every priest. We have not seen a single priest, I believe, take out a Warlock today. Just every priest fall into Warlocks, and it's not a Warlock, it's Snuts. Having said that, it's not just a priest either, it's Hydra. If there's a priest to do it, it could be Hydra. I'm excited for this matchup. It seems to be Warlock favored. Oh, man. Who do you have for it, Esfand?
Man, I don't see how Hydra pulls this one out. I mean, Hydra's an unbelievable player, but I feel like whenever you have guys playing at the highest level, right? Like you're min-maxing, playing your class to 100% of its capacity like these guys will, it's going to be really hard to see a Shadow Priest beat a Warlock pulling out all the stops. So it's going to be cool to see. It's going to be cool to see how it finishes up. But I think we're setting up right now to see that that Zico Snuts final. I mean, hopefully, I'm going to be honest, I love Snuts. The storyline of Hydra beating Snuts would be sick, but the storyline of Zico and Snuts in the final is also sick. So, I mean, this has been an amazing tournament so far. Everybody has done an amazing job. All the competitors, everybody working on the production, everybody on the back end, the volunteers, the admins, running all those duels yesterday. I mean, I couldn't even imagine how hard these guys were working to try and keep track of everything, keep that bracket updated, counting, tallying every single thing. And you too, Zaryu, man. Like you have done an absolutely phenomenal job co-hosting this with me. Unbelievable play-by-play stuff, man. You've been killing it. And I really appreciate you being here, man.
Hey, back at you, man. This has been such a great treat to be able to just watch this. Like I said earlier today and yesterday, if I wasn't, a part of this event, I'd be right there watching it with you guys. There's nothing I'd rather do than watch a bunch of the best players to ever do it get out in duels to the death. Doesn't get much better than that. And we have Snuts versus Hydra. Just, man, both of these names we have known. I mean, I've known Snuts' name since I was probably 14, and same with Hydra. Watching their montages on Warcraft movies, watching their montages on YouTube, watching their streams, watching them in tournaments, and to see these two legends duke it out today is just such an absolute pleasure. Like
Same,
said,
man. I've been watching
might
Hydra
have that
since
slight advantage there, and the
I was
duel
very
commences.
young,
Hydra
13,
getting some
12.
early purges off, dots being shared and spread around Snuts. Once again, with the positioning he's known for, running away instantly, using that max range to his advantage against the Shadow Priest. Fellhunter being called back, Magic Dust used, and Snuts wanting to slow down the duel.
Yeah, just going in right at it. He's got that sleep up. He's going for the drain mana strat. We saw this earlier from the Warlocks. Draining mana is, if you go toe-to-toe trying to drain each other's mana, it looks like it's not going to work out for the Shadow Priest, even though that's one of their strengths. The Warlock sustain is so high that it's not going to turn out well for them. Snot's going out, reducing his mana as much as possible, but now he's separating. Now he's running away, kiting him out a little bit, reapplying dots, putting that corruption back up. He's got that Curse of Elements on him as well, and going back out with the drain mana as soon as he gets in range.
Both players so experienced using the major mana potion within the first minute of the duel. And, you know, if you're tuning in today from home, you might be wondering, why would you use a mana pot when you're 80% mana? Well, because it takes you to 100% mana and starts the cooldown on mana pots. You could use that second mana pot sooner. Both players did that within the first minute, and it just goes to show how experienced these two players are. I must say, Hydra's holding his own, 72% mana and still full life against Snuts. We have not seen a Priest versus Warlock duel this close yet. Snuts using a second T. That's Snuts' second T of the 3 for today. That's only 1 T remaining, and Snuts is finding this matchup so close that he has to use that T.
Hydra's a tank, dude. Jesus Christ.
There's the magic dust coming out into Hydra once again here from Snuts. And man, this is looking great for Hydra. The early heartbeat break onto Hydra. Shadow Reflector from Snuts. Hydra stunning himself with the Shadow Reflector. Reflect on the Mind Blast. He gets the proc. That's very big for Snuts.
Huge for Snuts, and following up that fear with another drain mana, separating from him, dotting him up, and just working him down just like that. That Shadow Reflector was absolutely massive. I mean, having that blackout proc on a Shadow on a Shadow Reflector is insane RNG. And really, Snuts using really the thing that hurts Shadow Priest more than anything is movement, mobility, and using that strategy to his advantage, keeping him moving, not allowing him to just stand tall and be able to tee off. So there's a blackout proc on the Snuts right there, following it up with a Death Coil, or returning it with a Death Coil. Again, working that drain mana, draining his mana, getting his own mana back, not losing the mana battle, managing his resources impeccably against Hydra.
Hydra's doing a great job, but Snuts is pulling ahead in the long game. The shields are starting to get purged from the Fell Hunter. The Fell Hunter starts to hurt after a while. Hydra using another mana pot. He has nice and healthy mana, but once the Priest drops Shadow Form to heal back up, it's the beginning of the end, right? Because then you have to heal back up, use all your mana, and he drops Shadow Form right there. He's using mana for Renew. Maybe you're going to use more mana for a heal, and Snuts taking his time to first aid. He pulls the pet back expertly to drop Combat. That's for Snuts to swap gear sets out of Combat. Snuts swapped trinkets there, and surely swapped helmets as well. Maybe even a belt swap. Shadow Reflector and Tidal Charm. Maybe not. So Snuts putting the pet back in. Curse of Agony connects. Same with that Corruption. And Hydra still not back into Shadow Form. Hydra at 40% life, 50% mana. And now goes back Shadow Form, but Hydra doesn't get to top himself back off there. There's another T. That's a second T from Hydra. Probably the third T for today. So I don't think Hydra has any more Ts. It's every consumable used. But hey, why not? You're in the semifinals. If you don't win, you lose and you die and your character's deleted. Every single item in the bags should be used right here. You want to leave nothing on the table. You want to put everything out in this duel. And Snuts and Hydra are duking it out for this win.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, I mean, this is something where they're going toe-to-toe, back and forth. I'm very, very surprised at Hydra's ability to be able to hang on. I mean, obviously, he's an unbelievable player, incredibly well-known, but it seems to be that he's on his last leg right now. He wills the fear, going for the Mind Flays, just sending whatever he can, but this Arcane Bomb might be too much for him. The mana drain into the silence.
He's just going to stand his ground.
Snuts is low mana, but he has the patience to not life tap
GG
and finish him with the wand. Incredible.
We have our grand finalist. Oh my gosh. At the start of the day,
anyone surprised that Snuts is in the grand final with Zico?
Is Zico versus Snuts in the grand finals, and guys, we get to see it. This could not have been a better grand finals game to get to. Snuts versus Zico. I mean, come on, you can't script it better than this. You just can't. I can't wait to watch. I must say though, congrats to Hydra on a very well played job during this tournament. Top Priest, and Hydra I mean, did a great, phenomenal job in that duel. It's just, it is a very
Hydra
difficult
usually plays
matchup, and
Discipline,
Hydra really fought to the end.
and like Healing
that
Priest.
was
He's like
unbelievable, man.
the
It was
best
unbelievable
Healing
from
Priest
Hydra,
I've ever seen play.
coming out, and I mean, he had an unbelievable run. He normally doesn't play Shadow, like he said, but he's a big time PvPer. And actually, we're gonna go have a. I think we're gonna go have a word with his spirit. I'm gonna have to find a way to get out there.
Yeah, sounds good. Move to the graveyard, and I think Hydra will be somewhere around there. But yeah, that last duel is just an absolute pleasure to watch. I think momentarily we're gonna be able to find Hydra's corpse here. There it is. To you in a second here, as fan. I think we found him.
Oh, we found him. Oh. Hello, Hydra.
I'm not feeling too good, bro.
I'm seeing that. Do you need to see a doctor?
I don't know. I think I might need more than that. Have we got an exorcist?
I mean, look, the way your skin's looking, we might need 2 exorcists. I mean, what's in your jaw?
I mean, it's a beard, bro. That's my stubble.
That's your stubble? I mean, your flesh looks like it's rotting off the bone.
I mean, yeah, it was stubble once.
It was stubble. Okay, well, how are you going to recover from this?
I guess we go again, bro.
Hey, it's time to go again. So maybe we'll do another one of these in the future, and you can go again.
Yeah, man. Maybe the next one could be on EU. I think there's a lot of lads on EU that want to play, but they didn't want to contend with the US ping. Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I had a lot of fun.
Maybe if we can get me a passport, I can get out to the EU calendar, and we can figure this out.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
Yeah, okay. How'd you feel about your performance in the tournament?
I always knew Wallet was going to be hard. I practiced a lot for it. It came down to RNG a little bit, but like he kited really well. Like he basically has to range my fear as much as possible. If I get fears on him, then I have a good shot. But my fear in the open are resisted, and after that he just kited really well. So I basically need to get the blackout on the rank 1 pain spam to try and push him for the fear. But if he's good and CS is me, then I can't get a fear anyway. So it's a rough matchup.
No, absolutely. Well, you performed unbelievably all tournament. You really put it on. Like you said, you don't normally play Shadow, but you've been performing at an unbelievably high level, and I think EU is very proud of you. You know, you put on for the EU boys, and you're going to be going home with $6,250.
I hope my boy Z can avenge me, man. I wanted to face him so bad in the final, dude. We were talking about it. I was like, he was like, if we meet in the final, it'd be like the best thing ever. And I was trying so hard for it, but yeah it wasn't meant to be.
Hey, next time when you go again.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for the inv.
All right, we'll see you later, man. Hey, back to you, Zoryu.
Man, what a great guy, absolute legend, and that was just such an amazing duel. And man, speaking of European versus NA, one thing that I just realized is once and for all, after today's grand finals, we're gonna see if NA or Europe is better. We have Snuts from NA. We have Zico from EU. Once and for all, we'll know the answer to the age-old question, NA versus EU. It's going to be great. Zico versus Snuts coming up soon. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
This is for all the marbles, and I think right before it, we're going to take a look at all the blood that's been shed on this battlefield.
Oh. What a day.
Look at that. 63 competitors were killed today. Look at the
62,
bodies.
we have one more to go.
Oh, excuse me. 63 will be killed today. 62 have been killed so far. Well, 61. Somebody it was a no-show and got DQ'd. But lots of bodies. Lots of dead bodies today. 07's in the chat. What a beautiful, beautiful sight to behold. Fighting for honor, fighting for glory, and fighting for their share of $100,000 prize pool. The biggest prize pool in Classic WoW history.
This is one of the things from day one I was excited for. Like this final spot, we knew it was going to be the resting place for 63 contestants. And one player will be able to last long enough to stand in front of all of them with all of their ears gathered up in a string around their neck. So damn cool. And Zico versus Snuts. Couldn't have scripted a better ending. Like, either way, it's going to be Mage versus Warlock. I must say it's going to be a little maybe Warlock favored, but it's Zico! If any Mage can do it, it's going to be the Big Z. Look at all these corpses,
This is going to be a big one, man. This is going to be exciting to see. So, and again, huge shout out to Jay the Bard. I don't think Jay the Bard's gotten enough credit for this, but Jay the Bard is this is his song. He wrote us a makgora song. So hopefully we'll get to be seeing Jay the Bard at BlizzCon. Friend of the show. He's been on Loot Goblins and many things that we've done in the past. So huge shout out to Jay the Bard for this lovely ballad of makgora.
Man, all these players' corpses, all the gear, all the hours, every quest, every dungeon, every boar slain to level up. Look at those shoulders. It's just like, man, that was what I was so excited for this tournament, man. All the professions, the Goblin Rocket Helms, they're all dead on the ground. Every single one of them except Zico and except for Snuts. They have the most blood on their hands. So much blood has been shed today. It's going to be the best grand finals ever. I just can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be amazing. Man, I love seeing all those dead horde. There's just something about it, man. That's just beautiful. It's a sight to behold.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I'm really curious. I don't know if we're going to have the opportunity to speak to Zico and Snuts before this match or after. Actually, we're going to be able to jump into a Zico Snuts interview before the match. What an opportunity. I'm really excited to see what's going through these guys' heads right now. Yeah, maybe head out to the field and see if they're out there getting prepped for the duel. Because, yeah, I mean, I want to see specifically if Zico has anything, up his sleeve, some hidden tech maybe saving for the finals. I know Snuts is almost out of tea. To you, Esvand.
Oh, thanks for having me, Zaryu. I'm out here on the field. It's getting hot out here. I mean, this like I said, the sand is getting hot, and hopefully it's gonna cool down here pretty soon. It is getting late in the day here on the NA side of Kalimdor, and we are ready for a massive grand finals. Snuts versus Zico, and I think they're gonna be ready to join us here in a second. Are you guys? I think they're over there. Hey, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. What's up?
Hey.
What up? What up?
How's it going? These guys are real shy. They don't want to see each other before the wedding. So like they're standing off camera. So how do you guys feel? I mean, this is it. This is a big show. Whichever one of you guys wins this duel will win $50,000, and the loser takes home nothing plus $6,250. How does that feel?
It's been a long time coming, for sure. Me and Snuts, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but since level 1, basically, we've been talking about how it's been a lot of banter. When I'm leveling, Snuts has been grinding, and it's like 4 a.m. my time, and I'm like, yo, Snuts, are you not feeling a little tired, bro? Go take some rest, man. Like, you're doing good. Like, you don't need to be playing right now. And he's been kind of hitting me with the same lines. Every time he gets an item, he links it to me. If he gets something with frost res on it, he's like, "Oh, this could be nice." I'm like, I don't think you need that. So it's been fun. We're old friends, and we played a lot together in the past, and I'm excited to play him.
Wow, so that's crazy. Even at the early age of level 1, these guys have been training together since the very early days, and now they've made it all the way to level 60. And they've had banter, they've had back and forth, they've had a very serious, intense, but loving rivalry. And it all comes down to this. Snuts, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, like Zico said, we've been back and forth for the last month now. I think both of us are just happy for this to be over. Or like today for it to be the last day, because it's been on our minds a lot. Both of us put in a lot of work, and I'm happy I do get to play Zico one time this tournament, going back and forth.
Yeah.
It is the finals, so what kind of storyline is this? We're opposite brackets, and we just somehow both sweep our competition, and we make it to the finals, so.
Make it all the way to the finals. The only 2 remaining players who are undefeated in the entire tournament. Now, I gotta ask, are you guys going to have any sort of personal hate towards each other after this duel?
No.
Why not?
Sorry, you go ahead. Well, the way I see it, at best, Snuts gets his revenge, after the last OTK tournament where, things didn't go exactly his way, if we put it like that. I'm okay with that. Snuts is a good player, losing to Snuts. There's a long list of people who have lost to Snuts, so, it's no shame if that happens. But I'm going to try.
Okay. So, I mean, it's crazy that both you guys say that there won't be any hatred towards each other after this duel, because both of you guys sent me private messages telling me otherwise, but we can talk about that later. Zaryu, back to you in the studio. Let's get this duel started.
Perfect, man. I can't wait, guys. One of the top warlocks and top mages of all time about to duke it out in the OTK Hardcore makgora finals. I can't wait. We have a bingo card to take a look at after today. Juke and Interrupt. Yep. Level 40 green gear. Yup. Duels timing out. Yup. Snuts versus Zico. Yup. Peo is late. Yup. Like almost all of these things. Oh, that's great.
Wow,
Snuts loses is not checked off yet.
A bingo. That's amazing. We actually got a bingo. Very good. Very, very good.
Oh, that's great.
Can you believe the amount of drama that these guys have between each other? It's just it's second to none. I've never seen two guys be so just passive aggressive. I mean, you heard that whole thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, they sent me DMs too. Like, it's crazy. Like the crap talk going in between these two guys, and like they don't want to say it to each other's faces though. But let's just let them battle it out to the death instead, and whoever wins is gonna be alive, and whoever's dead will just die forever. So it's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it goes. I mean, this really sets it all to rest, puts it all to rest. It's going to settle the whole thing. So, I mean, hopefully the things that were said to me were, it was just in passing. Maybe it was just a heat of the moment thing, and they didn't actually mean it. Because man, some things were said that I didn't even know what half those words meant. So that was crazy. The stuff I heard, man.
All right. Well, in this matchup, guys, it is historically Warlock favored. Like we saw Zico talk about that a little bit. There are plays that could be made. The Death Coil is one of the strongest cooldowns on the side of the Warlock, and that's Snuts. And Snuts wanting to land this Death Coil for many reasons. One, it's a hard CC that's instant, so you can fear off of it. 2, it heals the Warlock, and 3, it actually deals damage. Zico looking to Shadow Reflector the Death Coil or Ice Block the Death Coil. Those plays could turn the tide a bit for Zico, right? If we see a Shadow Reflector on the Death Coil and the Death Coil reflects back to Snuts, man, I'm gonna freak out. Like that, those are the types of plays that need to come out from Zico to win this. We're gonna need to see Zico kiting it out and killing the Fell Hunter, and then like counter spelling the Feldom so he doesn't get a second pet on that 0.2 second cast, and then re-CCs Snuts for the remainder, and then Snuts is stuck without a pet. Like, we're gonna have to see miracles being made here from Zico, but if a miracle is gonna happen, I think Zico could perform it.
He is absolutely the guy to be able to pull it off. So, no, I'm very excited to see this. I mean, I think they're gonna pull out all the stops. I mean, you mentioned earlier the secret tech that Zico claims he has up his sleeve that he did not tell us about. And I'm hearing that we are getting ready for people's cooldowns. So we're waiting for their cooldowns to pass. So I wish we had I wish we had Quinn here to help us stall, because you want to talk about a masterclass. If we had Quinn here, it'd be great. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and tell you guys more about StarForgeSystems.com. So StarForgeSystems.com. New custom cases and plate lights. Of course, I've talked about it before. If you guys want to check out Starforge Systems, that's the Golden Dragon, the Clouded Gates, and the other one that I'm drawing a blank on the name of. And then also there's a Halloween sale right now. There are computers for every single range of the budget. So if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, if you're looking for something a little bit more high end, Starforge has everything. Whatever you want to get, it's right there for you. And so Blizzard Entertainment as well. Huge shout out to Blizzard for helping us put this thing on, for allowing us to put this thing on. I should say, having to get this thing approved by them because it was such a big prize pool. And so big shout out to Blizzard. And of course, Raider.io for handling the back end. That's the place to go for all your tournament needs. You're trying to organize raids, tournaments, all kinds of different WoW guides. That's the place to go. So huge shout out to them as well. So that really helped make this tournament possible. Also, new merch, otknetwork.com, new merch. Just came out a little while ago, so there is still some merch left. Some things are sold out, but there's still plenty of merch left. If you guys want to check it out now, that's available. You guys can scan those QR codes and help us pay for this 100K prize pool. So that's we need all the help we can get. So if you guys want some merch, if you guys want something to get cozy for the winter, go ahead and check that out.
Absolutely. And like you just said, Esfand, this tournament would not happen without the sponsors and without all of the admins and volunteers in the background making it possible. Esfand and I have an easy job. We just get to watch the games and talk about them all day. But people like Tips Out, pulling all-nighter after all-nighter, and these admins and these, the players leveling up and the viewers at home making it all possible. So huge shout out to everyone for making this happen. We just we get the best seats in the house. We just get to watch it live, some of the best duels of all time play out, and it's just been absolutely a pleasure. I can't wait to get into this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's gonna be amazing, man. It is gonna be absolutely amazing. Do we have an ETA? Ooh, okay. So we got about a minute coming up, man. We got about a minute coming up until we get these guys started. We're
quick predictions in the last 60 seconds, Esfand. Who do you got?
It's hard for me to go against Snuts. I'm gonna say it's Snuts.
Oh call. Man, I mean, so from day one, you guys asked me my predictions. Oh, here we are, boys.
All
the
right,
final
these
moment.
guys are here.
It's all kind of come down to this. We got Zico and Snuts, both fully best in slot out. They had the time, the preparation, the mindset to get into this tournament. They've made it here. Each player concurrently has 5 years. Snuts with 5 years, Zico with 5 years. The winner will have 6 and $50,000. Mage versus Warlock here. We got the Arena Grandmaster and that Ice Reflector equipped from Snuts. Dual flag has been dropped, and we're about to get into the grand finals today, Esfand.
Absolutely. This thing is going to be massive. I cannot wait to see how this thing goes.
Imagine they draw. It's like a sapper that kills them both or something.
Oh my gosh.
We have the Curse of Tongues coming out. We have the corruption to follow. Snuts doing what he does best and running away with that positioning. Zico has to chase him down in a super long duel. The Warlock is going to get more and more and more and more value, and Zico knows this. I wonder if Zico's going to go for a pet kill strategy or if he's just going to try to just kill Snuts in a burn strategy. Fireball's being casted with the Curse of Tongues. It's a long cast time for not much damage. Arcane Explosions coming out, and Kona Cold's the pet already to half HP, and Snuts popping that Resto Pot, which does share cooldown with other valuable potions.
Yeah, big resto pot right there, trying to stop everything, curses, everything, the whole 9 yards, curse magic, everything. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge in this duel. So hopefully it pans out. Go with the decision to use that instead of using like a health or a mana pot.
Yeah, there's the Goblin Rocket Helm from Zico. Zico's looking great so far. Still 2 blocks, plenty of consumables, flasks, teas, but so does Snuts. There's the Death Coil, no block or reflect on it, but there's still time. Ice block on the Fear. Snuts knows he has to get it done that way. There's another Thorium Nade. It lands on the pet and the Snuts. The pet goes down. That's pet number 1, Snuts. Sleeping Zico with the Magic Dust, fell doming the second pet.
Huge sleep. It allowed him to be able to cast the pet without worrying about a counter spell. So let's see. Zico is probably going to try and separate, and maybe he's going to try and kill this pet right here.
I'm thinking Zico goes for 2 pet kills, and if Snuts isn't careful, that second pet will go down, and then the mage will have, a chance in this, and that's exactly what you're talking about. If both pets die, the Warlock is a lot weaker. It's just hard sometimes to kill that second pet. Zico, if there's going to be someone to do it, it's going to be him. Another rank 1 Frostbolt lands. Snuts trying to devour those buffs off of him with the pet Dispel. Zico getting the remove curse on himself as well. Health and mana have been pretty much equalized. Zico has 1 block remaining. Snuts, no Feldom left. There are tons of consumables, though, from both ends. And Snuts just playing the max distance game like an absolute legend. Not letting Zico bridge the gap here. Keeping him dotted up. Just 1 or 2 dots will do all the work Snuts needs. He does not need to overextend here.
Yeah, I mean, this is like two gladiators going at it, man. These guys, they're jousting. It's beautiful, dude. They're doing the dance. They're going back and forth. Perfect kiting. Snuts taking the pet in and out. This is a masterclass, man, on both ends.
This fake from Snuts there on the counter spell. The blanket might have resisted Snuts being able to successfully cast that fear, although Zico's going out of the duel range. I wonder if he's going to make it back in. He's so far out. It looks like he will make it back in. Polymorph being casted. Drain mana from Snuts, and this is not what you want to see from the side of Zico. Snuts full health, full mana. Zico on the run. There's the mana gem, the cold snap. 1 ice block remaining. Zico definitely on the back foot right now. Fell Hunter in hot pursuit. Ice barrier up. Snuts pushing his advantage. The Fell Hunter devours a spell. Unfortunately, not the ice barrier, but the ice barrier breaks anyway. So much damage from Snuts. Second Resto Pot used here. It's going to dispel a magic ability every 5 seconds. Grabs the Nova. It's really well played from Snuts. The spell lock comes in. It acts as a blanket silence there on Zico for 3 seconds. The drain mana is ticking Zico lower and lower, and the last and final defensive cooldown from Zico has been used. That's the second ice block.
And keep in mind, neither of these guys have lost a duel in the entire tournament.
That coil was so dirty.
Today, obviously, but also in the qualifiers, they have not lost a single match. So this is huge, absolutely huge.
One of the things that makes this matchup so difficult for Zico is not the so tanky.
It's over. It's freaking over.
$50,000 in the makgora tournament. Look at his face. Oh my gosh, he's so excited. Congratulations to Snuts. We're gonna have to grab him in here for an interview momentarily. What a moment. What a moment. That's incredible. Well played to Zico as well, still securing himself that spot as the top mage, but just so well played here from both players. What a masterclass of a warlock from Snuts. The kites, the patience, the Feldoms. It was just beautiful to see. Well played. Congratulations. And I think Esfan's going to go out to the field momentarily to give Snuts a congrats and a quick chat.
Absolutely. I'm out here on the field right now. Do you have me? Can you hear me?
Hello. Sorry. Yeah. Hello.
Hey, Snuts. How are you looking? I thought you were much taller.
I'm 5'5" king, man.
Oh well, hell, dude, you're playing like a 7'5", just a bigger king. Congratulations, man! You have won $50,000 here in the OTK Stars Forge Hardcore makgora tournament, the Classic WoW makgora tournament, the biggest prize pool in WoW history. How does that feel?
Dude, I'm in disbelief right now, man. I'm just. A lot of emotions. It's a long month, man. Very long month, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you got $50,000. I know you talked about Vegas. Is there anything else you want to do with this $50,000?
I might have to send a BlizzCon. Originally I wasn't planning on it, but we'll see. We'll see how we feel. I'm definitely gonna need a break after this tournament. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely, man. You've been grinding for 30 days straight. If you want to take a vacation, you want to go to BlizzCon, I think you absolutely deserve it. You've done an unbelievable job, not just this month, but in the past. You're one of the most highly decorated players in the history of WoW. And to bring it full circle, doing it for many years in retail and all the later expansions, but also coming back and doing it in Classic and Vanilla as well, that's got to feel special, doesn't it?
It feels great, man. And I want to say thank you to you guys for putting on the tournament. I mean, obviously, this was the biggest Classic, probably one of the biggest tournaments we've ever seen. And also on top of that, just shout out to all the competitors too. This has been a very long and draining month for all of us. So at the end of the day, I know it was just one person that won, but everyone put in the work, everyone put in the effort, and everyone deserves a shout out because this was just an absolute insane month to grind and try to prepare for this tournament.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, this is something that you guys have done a phenomenal job getting ready for this thing. Just like you said, you've done a phenomenal job everybody. Also, everybody on the back end. We've talked about production and how much work has gone in this. We have volunteers, people working on the back end as admins as well. I mean, Raider.io helping set up all the tournament stuff, all the bracket stuff, everything, dude. This is a big community event, right? And it takes everybody from start to finish. And for me, like I'm super appreciative of you guys for competing, of everybody who's put the sleepless nights in getting this thing ready, and for how amazingly well it's gone. It's super cool. So congratulations to you, Snuts. You've been incredible. You've done incredible today. You've done incredible in the past, and you're going to keep doing incredible in the future, man. I'm incredibly proud of you. And hey, I'll see you at BlizzCon.
Hey, I'll see you there. Thank you again, guys. Thank you, and thank you to everyone that helped me out. And yes, like I said, man, shout out to all the competitors, every single one. GG's to everyone.
GG's. We're going back to you in the studios, are you?
I think we might also have a few questions here for Zico, but before we hop into that, I just want to say congrats to Zico for becoming that top-ranked mage player and second in the tournament. Zico, I don't know if you can hear me from the desk. Yep. If not, we'll have to go back to Ez. Oh, you can.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Esfan might go talk to you there in person. He's going to... Oh, that's great. If you can hear me, Zico, we're going to shoot over to Esfan for a quick interview.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no, Zico. How are you feeling down there?
Well, you remember how we were talking about how it's too hot? That's definitely not the case anymore. It's kind of cold down here, bro.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Look, you played phenomenal all day, bringing it all the way to the last second. I think the sun is going down. I think that's why you're feeling a little cold. I'm feeling a little cold, too. My feet are kind of getting cold here, so I'm gonna put them in the sand. Maybe that'll help a little bit. So, look, hey, unbelievable job. I know it sucks that, losing never feels good, but you still go home with $6,250, which is amazing. Yep. That's still a lot of money. It may not be the 50K, but it's still a whole lot of money. You competed at a super high level for the entirety of the tournament, and you should be really, really proud of that.
Thank you so much for those words, Esfan. I appreciate that, and I feel like I had a pretty good run. Made a couple of mistakes in the last match, and when you fight somebody as good as Snuts and you're playing against a kind of a counter matchup as well, you can't afford to make a single mistake. So yeah, fair play to Snuts. Congrats on the win to him, and just massive thank you as well to you and Czar for the incredible casting, to Soda. I guess he was okay too. And just in general, the OTK gang and all the admins and everyone just for putting this on. It's been an absolute blast to be doing this event with you guys. So thank you so much.
Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. And I said this earlier too, but I'm appreciative of you guys, right? Like the tournament is great. Everybody's done great, right? But we have the best players in the world, the best players in the history of WoW competing in this. So it helps a lot when you guys are the ones showing up and putting on for the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the competition made it really funny and exciting to be here. And there's a lot of people. It's always bittersweet when you make it, all the way to that last finish line. But there was a lot of great players in this tournament, and it was fun to just be a part of that. So shout out to all the competitors for putting in the work, and it was fun. This was really a unique event because. First of all, it's hardcore, so it was always like a little risky going into groups and doing things like that, and also working as a team with the people that you're going to be facing was really a unique experience. So I really loved this event.
Yeah, man. Well, you absolutely killed it. Are we going to see you at BlizzCon?
Sadly, no, I can't make it this year. I would have loved to, but next year, hopefully, I'll be there.
Okay. Well, hey, we'll see you next year then. But until then, thanks a ton for joining us, man. And we're going to head back to Zaryu in the studio.
Thank you, too.
Congratulations again to Zico, still placing #1 for mages in the tournament. And I mean, same with like Hydra went into this thinking like, I want #1 priest. And it might seem like, a loss or whatever, but dude, Zico got #1 mage. That is awesome. And of course, congratulations to Snuts as that grand final champion, proving why Snuts is such a household name, proving why he is so good. If you guys don't remember, historically, 2019 CDL, Snuts won. 4 years later, makgora OTK hardcore tourney, Snuts wins again. just I can't speak highly enough of Snuts. Such a good player. Congratulations to Snuts for taking home the 50,000. Incredibly well deserved. There's the winner. Guys, go check him out. He streams on Twitch. He has social media. Snuts. Just Google Snuts Twitter, Snuts YouTube. Follow him absolutely everywhere. Go show the man some love. I mean, when you think of like WoW legend, I mean, Snuts is always up there. Take a look at, there's his stream right there. Go say hi to him. Go support him. Go show him some love. And man, he really did put in the time, the work, the energy, the effort to play Warlock to its absolute max level. Absolutely. And it showed today.
Yeah, and go support all these guys, man. Go throw these guys follows. Make sure to go follow Zaryu. If you guys are new here, make sure to go follow everybody, man. This has been a great tournament. Everybody has done a phenomenal job for this whole thing, and I'm super thankful and appreciative of everybody putting in on this, man. Even like Tips, man. Tips is he's been working all the back end stuff for OTK lately. With our whole OTK crew, like everybody kind of does different things, has different roles, and Tips is like to varying degrees. Tips basically completely doesn't stream anymore, and he just only works on back end stuff. So I'm super appreciative that Tips kind of he put the cleats back on and ran out there to help organize this whole thing, just like he did with the CDL with helping get the rules situated and managing all the admins and all the staff and everything like that. So huge hearts in the chat for everybody, man. They all did phenomenal.
You're the man, fan. Honestly, you killed it. Those interviews are hilarious. Zaryu, much props to you. We owe you one, man. You were amazing out there. And I'm just going to pop in real quick. I just want to give some shout outs to some special people that made this event possible. So I appreciate all the kind words. There were 30 people involved in putting this event together. We had a team of 30 behind the scenes, scouting out dueling locations, organizing, the competitors. We had 2,600 people register and play in this tournament. Only 130 made it to the qualifiers and 64 today, with Snuts coming out on top. So shout out to everybody that participated. Over 45,000 hours of DGen lives were lost to this tournament. So 07s for those, I guess. Also just want to give a few special shout outs to Space, who stayed up with us 2 nights in a row to scout out these awesome dueling locations. Big shout out to him. Saren, Zulace, Prestige, and Lemmings in particular, the past couple of days we haven't slept just to make sure everything was as smooth and perfect as it could be. Big shout out to the Raider IO team for setting up the entire registration process and the back end for this tournament. The Mythic Talent team that helped us coordinate both duels yesterday, as well as helped us facilitate this whole thing. The full production team, Rockman, who's been doing the camera work today and yesterday, big shout out to him. Kondu and his team, who set up the website, the bracket that you guys saw today as well as yesterday, and they made that awesome cinematic transition that you saw today, the super highly produced makgora animation. Jay the Bard for the awesome makgora song, big shout out to him, much love to Jay. He pulled that off in like 24 hours, it was amazing. Shout out to Wowhead as well, who wrote a couple of articles about us, and of course Blizzard for letting us put this event on. Obviously I think this was an awesome event. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. They took a big risk on us, letting us do a $100,000 tournament. So big shout out to Blizzard. And if you guys enjoyed it, let us know. And BlizzCon's a couple of days, maybe they'll let us do more. Who knows? And finally, sorry, one more. I'm so sorry I haven't taken so much time, but one more shout out to Lepin, who I totally fucked over today, and I'm never going to live this one down. But twitch.tv/Lepon, he was the warrior that got the coward debuff. Totally screwed him over today. Guys, if you could go check out his Twitch channel, if we could have some mods, spam his Twitch channel in the chats, twitch.tv/Lepin. Please give him some love. He played awesome today. He was super brave going in that duel with Hydra with that coward debuff, and just want to say thank you to him and thank you to all the competitors that competed and all the staff, everybody. Thank you so much. This was so awesome, and I'll shut up now.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I saw somebody when Lepin was going. I think somebody goes, "Oh, Lepin, that's the Twitter guy." So if you want to follow him on Twitter, it's Lepin DK. I always see his tweets in my For You. So I can follow his Twitter too. I had to double check. I was like, "Wait, is it Lepin or Lepin DK?" I was like, "No, DK on Twitter." So there you go. Yeah, no, it's very. I don't know. This has been great, man. So thank you guys for watching, man. Viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was I'm kind of like this has been like, this whole thing has just been like it's just been on my mind since before we started, even because obviously we're organizing it and everything, and we got BlizzCon coming up, and I'm so like I think we all want it so bad, man. This Classic Plus, like we're all so passionate about Classic WoW, and I just hope that we get. I know it's not going to happen, but like like it's every time somebody talks about it, it's like a progress bar, and like I'm just please, like like. So we'll see what happens at BlizzCon. We know there's going to be some Classic news, but what it is, I don't know, man. I mean, we all love Classic WoW. We want Classic WoW to get the respect it deserves, and it's been super cool to see that it's getting that. So I'm really appreciative of everybody who's watching the stream and supportive of everything that we're doing. I mean, we're always just trying to do our best, and sometimes our best is good, and sometimes our best is really good. So, and sometimes our best isn't so good. So
that's how it goes, man.
That's just how it goes. But no matter what, we're always just gonna try our best here. So we really appreciate all you guys, man, and everybody who's restreaming this, everybody who's watching this. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys chats had a good time watching the show. And yeah, it's been great. Zarya, do you have anything else?
I want to say a final thank you to you, Esfand, for one, you crushed it today, too, for having me on this whole event. It's just been such a great time. Thank you to Tips for having me. I've got to say, this has probably been the highlight of my entire career. Like, today's been great. It's been really cool. If you guys enjoyed the stream, just follow. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. The whole OTK crew's been great. Pecky's in the background's been great. And the staff, the admins, the volunteers, and the players 100%. And the viewers. So thank you guys for having me.
100%, dude. Thanks for coming, man. You absolutely killed it. I mean, I keep telling you this, but you absolutely killed it as play-by-play guy. That's not my strength. Play-by-play is not my strength. I can watch something and I can decipher it, but you got the comms, dude. You got the rank 1 comms, man. Like you're so good at it. So I'm really appreciative of you coming on and being our play-by-play guy, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Well, great.
I think do we have anything else? I think that's it for the tournament. I mean, I was just kind of like I said, I kind of feel like a weight's lifted off my chest. I'll stick around. I'll hang out for a little bit tonight. This went a little bit longer than I expected. I do got to get ready to go to BlizzCon, so I'm not gonna be around for too much longer. But yeah, we gotta do some BlizzCon prep. I gotta get my stuff situated for it. But I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. That is it for the show. So if you guys want to stick around and hang out, you're more than welcome to. If not, we'll catch you guys next time. So thank you guys so much for watching the OTK Starforge Hardcore makgora tournament. Huge shout out to everybody involved. We'll see you guys next time.
If you never want to miss another OTK show, go to
Man, that was great. That was a really fun tournament to watch. I even got some coding in I was basically just going through and turning methods that lived in classes into dependencies, because I don't want them to kind of live just in these endpoints, especially for something that's going to be so commonly used, like highlight by ID. But yeah, that was a really good tournament. Really glad that I took the time to watch that. I think actually I'm probably going to play a little WoW now, so I'm going to switch over to that. And yeah, this was a pretty good coding stream. Got a surprisingly amount done while watching a tournament. I thought I was going to be pretty heavily focused on the tournament, that I wouldn't be able to know what was going on, but I think it actually worked out pretty well. So yeah, anything else that I want to say about this app? I still have a lot to do in the Kanban here. I have to, I think I added GPT-4, but I think that I want to be able to do edits, but I don't really need to do that because I have version history, base schema for transformations to return. Kind of have that now with the text thing. Exploring outside of the Discord, we don't really know how to do that yet. Cosine, yeah, yada yada yada. These are all from Supabase. And then Supabase here too. So a lot of these are pretty much database limited. I think I already did this, which is nice for images, but I want to do the same thing for see, is it image.py? Dolly images is CF image. Okay, cool. I want to do the same thing for remove BG, which is remove background, so I can upload images and then probably find some model that, you know, kind of like the GPT Vision and Chat GPT that can like put in automatic alt tag if users don't put in their own alt tag. And then from there, it'll just be a matter of kind of like continuing to work on this. I don't have like a due date for this project. I do want it to kind of be live so that other people can do it. I want to have like a one-click deploy to render thing, and it'll set up your Supabase account, and or you know, you give it a Supabase project ID and stuff like that. It'll automatically create the table. That's the plan anyway. And then kind of just try it out in the wild for a while. Do some authentication stuff. I don't know if I have anything on authentication here. Fast API has been really nice. Outside of a few issues, it's actually been pretty cool. I'm not going to do this. What was the thing I just said? Before? I literally just forgot. Oh, authentication. And testing. And testing, yeah. So this is actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna go BRB and then switch over, and I'll probably just mute off again and listen to some music and chill, play some games. So that's the plan. Okay, cool. See you in a sec.
The Watchers. Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. You will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then, you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
You think he has nerve endings? Like, does he feel that? Were they only like 4 seconds away? Because how do you catch that guy if you were lost? Like, oh, we didn't find our homeland beneath the clouds, but they were flying right above it.
The world is healing, but her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Bug.
I need a target.
Well then. Go well.
need to get closer.
So why can't I leave the group? Why am I stuck here? What's the deal with this? I don't know how to get out of here. Wait, seriously, what the fuck? How do I leave? Hello? What the heck? Okay, whatever. all 3 character models exactly the same. That's so funny. yay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. Peace.